Salute, salute, mic check, 1 2 1 2. Peace and power, salute, much love and respect to everybody, man. It's your host, Key Norful. This is the Nation One Love podcast show. This is the Sunday sit down with Key Norful, man. The Genie within. Salutes to everybody, man. Make sure you all hit that like button for us. Please like, share, and subscribe. Support the channel as always. Big shout out to my sister Katrina. Thank you so much for your support. Salutes to everybody, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, share the stream for us, because as you know, we are having trouble with the notifications right now. So if you could share the stream, that would be greatly appreciated. You know, tonight's topic, the genie within, right? When we think about all the issues that we're having today, all the things in the news, all the narrative that's being put upon us by the media, by the medium. We have a medium between us. We have a bridge between us, a transference of information. Why? Because they have to distract this genius that's within. They have to possess you with another spirit or a lesser spirit. See, that's why they change your environment. They got to change your environment. They got to set the tone. They got to set the stage. See, there is a collective or a hive mind of the lower realm that's present in the physical form. Why? Because you have individuals who carry out the plan or policy of a thing, which creates a entity, a group of people who all believe the same thing and put forth their energy for the same movement or worship the same energy. A collective hive mind that represents the dark side, as you will. There's evil that's running the world. The United States is a corporation. The corporation is following the agenda of the people who are controlling the world. This is all major religion. This is all government system. This is something bigger than you. This is something bigger than me. This is something bigger than Trump. This is something bigger than black people. This has to do with an energy that is presence. They tell you that the Antichrist will come. I'm telling you that this energy that they talking about is the Antichrist. They say many will come before him. They telling you many will come because there's many collectives. It's many of the same collective thought who operate within the same energy. They have the same mission or the same goal. They're on the same team. We are allowing them to redirect our energy. We were once in tune with nature. We was once in tune with nature like the animals are in tune with nature. The natural animals, they're in tune with nature. Plants are in tune with nature. What we don't realize that we have been bred into a parasitic system of reality. Why? Because we were advertised to by our enemies, hypnotized by our enemies. Advertisement is hypnotizing your adversary. We've been sold an American dream. We've been sold a better life. America is the head of the whole world corporation. This is why the J's, right? The U's, right? They are in control of the media. Why? This is the synagogue of Satan. They have a worldwide agenda to accomplish. This is why they're so secretive. This is why they are so powerful. They distract our minds, hypnotize that genie within you to get you to focus on your mental, get your mind, to get you to focus on your body. People so focused on their body. Everybody care how they look or this fake facade of a thing. We got people, we got organizations like the CIA. They have COINTELPRO or psyops that they doing on the culture. They pick specific cultures and they put together psyop operations to see how the people can react. So if they can get you to think about something else, right? If they can get you to think about something else, then they know as long as you occupy with thinking about what they got you thinking about, they know you ain't thinking about the thing that they don't want you to think about. I'm talking about what they hiding, the distraction. I hate to use this analogy, but a pimp got to first get a female or whoever they pimping. They got to first get them to accept a wrong way of doing things first. Then they got to take them to accept the lifestyle first. So once they get them to accept the lifestyle, then they can get them to do what they really want them to do. Because how do we get to this point? This is what the veil is all about. This is what the matrix system is all about. This covering of the light. They steal your light. They use your light. Just so happen they don't want your light while you happy. They can't take your light while you happy. They can only take your light in a lower consciousness from a low vibration. Because if your light was truly high in a high vibrational sense, it don't do them no good because that means everything is fine for you. You see how that works? So they keep us in a state of fear at all times, where that state of fear produces a serum or a chemical for these people. Mentally, spiritually, they get strength, they get power. We've allowed them to rearrange our furniture, should I say. So think of it like you don't watch TV in the living room no more. And shout out to everybody, salute. You know, we have allowed them to be our source of reliability when it comes to our diet systems, in the way we eat, our water supplies, our insurance, policies, our landlords. So once you able to change the playing field, they're able to change the playing field. Now that gives them what? Home court advantage. This is what we dealing with when we dealing with people who do not possess an internal hard drive. All they have is an external hard drive. So they want to cipher your energy. They want to cipher your information. You get it? Because we were made in the image, they say, right? So if we made in the image then of the creator, then that means we was made to be compatible with the creation. Did you hear what I said? If we was made in the image of the creator, that means we were made to be compatible with the creation. These lesser beings or lesser lights who are not connected to the source, we have allowed them to invoke within us to to bend the spiral. It's a spiritual warfare. When we get bored, we bow the ring. We say it's boring. So because we keep going in the same spiral of what? The spiral of light. The 6-9 energy. So if everything starts within the spiral of life, that makes us compatible. That makes us be able to fit the puzzle that was already put. But they've introduced new ways of technology and so-called easier living. Then they sell us on things, but they only got one agenda. The pollution doesn't bother them because they have an agenda. When a person who possesses an internal hard drive transforms, they're able to carry the storage of the internal hard drive. This external hard drive that I'm speaking about comes from the what? The script. We were, from the beginning, we grew our food. We followed the rotation of the sun and the seasons. We studied the stars, astrology, and knew what these things meant. It meant when certain seasons was coming. That's what the whole story of the Bible is. Like I stated the other day. What we've allowed them to do was move the goalposts. And we're not used to playing this way. See, we think that they got us thinking now they've taken so much time, right? And they've re-educated every generation. All the books that they put out have been revised over time. They even putting drives together to where they collecting old books, and then they putting things out on Google, Chat GTP. And they even producing something that we got that's called the Mandela effect. So if they can erase history and change things to change the perception, to distract us so that they can stay on track with their plan. We have our people being distracted with politics, so caught up in the what's going on surface level. They got people confused, arguing with each other. Democrats, Republicans, while the whole time they motherfucking trying to, they got a whole nother plan. They got a whole nother, they know that they're gonna to be able to do what they're trying to do because they're testing. They're constantly testing things, but we don't know it. It's like this Mandela effect that I was talking about. They're able to implement a mindset. They're able to get you to question. This is a CIA operation. They're getting us to believe it. They're getting us to be unsure with ourselves. I've seen this in plenty of other things. I've seen this in with homosexuality and video games, to where they force a situation. If it's two males playing a video game, then one of them got to be the man and one of them got to be the woman. And this level right here, that's what this fight about. But if it's a man and a woman, then they start to implement video games to where these characters start to engage with each other. This is serious what I'm talking about. You can look this up. This is a part of government operations. The CIA is all this thing is connected. Then we get into the argument of whether the government and the feds is two different things and this and that. They're all in line with the New World Order agenda of these people who were supposed to be the chosen people. The synagogue of Satan. These people who are in control of everything that we are serviced. You know, our entertainment, especially our entertainment, because that's the shit that we focused on. So these people are in control of our diets, basically. Of course, they're able to engage with us through chemical war, biological war, our medical systems. They want us to have some shit, they give it to us. And people agree to it. This is how they are covering their karmic debt. So for you say. Because if we are made in the image of the creator, so we compatible with the creation. What I mean by that, we can grow our food. We can, we live according to the seasons. So in different seasons, we did different things. Now the way we live, we allow them to provide a stigma for what there should be throughout each season. For November coming up, people gonna be celebrating Thanksgiving. Then we're gonna go into Christmas. They're in control of time. This is how they're in control of time. But like the Mandela effect, they'll have people thinking that, man, if there was a book that was written in the 50s, if you go back and look in that book right now, the words gonna be different. Nah, nothing changes. If you allow them to change your mind, there's so many people who've allowed them to change their mind. Half of them don't even know. They just saying, yo, I agree with AI. AI is right about everything. But they really don't know. So it's just a mind trick. It's to knock you off it's to twist your cap from the spiral that I'm talking about. We supposed to be compatible with earth and nature. We get bored with our way of life. That's why we don't have our natural senses. Natural plants have natural senses. They really tampered with everything. They've even tampered with us. But we continue to allow them to. animals. They in tune with the things that's around them. So much too, and plants are in tune with the thing that's around them. So much too, there are plants that even mirror the tech, the it's plants and animals that will camouflage to whatever is with. That's how high their sensories are. Our sensories are off. They keep us in a lower vibrational state. They keep our energies, most people's energies, keep it real. Most people's energies are, you know, their stomach, in their stomach. Most of their energy go to their stomach. So many people, that's the biggest thing they get to do all day. Some people just eat, eat, eat. It's some people who keep their energy stuck in their uh, lower chakra. Some people just stay in a sexual mode all day, every day. See, what you do is what write your script. You can't change that. It's like holding a mask. But when you can see through the veil, you can see through the mask. The mask ain't no good once you can see through the mask. When you can see through a person, it don't matter what they look like. You see through the makeup. And that's the society that we live in today. Why do we live in that type of society? Because the makeup is more convenient. It's more convenient for the makeup or the cosmetic or the terraformation of something to fit our reality. It's like trying to really be healthy and eating fake fruits and vegetables, pun intended. That's what's happening here. Then they sell us on things like 3-Eye Atlas, right? 3-Eye Atlas, alien invasions. So that brings me to, in my mind, what are they planning? Then they get people to really think and question themselves and say, well, maybe it is something out there. Maybe it is something out there. That's the thing with the conscious community. This is where the infiltration happened. This is what an agent is. An agent is going to present to you the script. An agent is there to convince you, no, this part of the script, right here. This is the distraction that we dealing with. When we trying to say we conscious, when we trying to say we focus. So by default, by default, we rubbing the lamp. See the gin. Let's see. I'm gonna look this up for y'all to connect to what I'm saying. Shout out to everybody. Much love, much respect. I'm gonna look this definition up for y'all just to verify what I'm saying. All right, here we go. Okay. Now we were already created to be compatible with nature, to be able to sustain ourselves and our environment, right? Now we were all that means that we were already born with an intelligence. So what is the jinn? It's an intelligent spirit of lower rank than angels, able to appear in human and animal forms to possess humans. This is what we're doing when we're, you know, worshiping deities. We got people who worship animals. The jinn. Jinns are supernatural beings from Arabian mythology that can possess abilities like shape shifting and invisibility. Their actions vary depending on whether they are good or evil. They can worship Allah, cause harm, or assist people. This is your sorcery, your witchcraft, your dark arts, your dark magic. Okay. Some believe jinn can be benevolent, like those who work with King Solomon to help with construction, while others are malicious and may cause diseases or accidents. Jinn are believed to have free will, leading some to be righteous and others to be wicked or shayateen or evil. Okay. So this is what's happening. This is the people that we dealing with. They don't have a soul. They're gonna disrupt our they're gonna cut us off with what? From the tower. Like the Tower of Babel, there's a connection. There's a connection with that whole thing. Everything that they tell us, they telling us in reverse. They have to go along with their agenda. This is what I'm telling you about the Mandela effect type of thing. This is why they're even doing things such as the so-called Mandela effect operation. This is what helps them brainwash the generations as they go by. So they will keep revising this information and recycling this information. Once they revise it, then they put it back out in all the textbooks. They try to tell you things like this is some things to get you off of your square. See, in the uh, Masonic picture, say the George Washington picture, right? You know, we already know that's you, right? That's you acting as God in your mind, being the center of your in the center of yourself or the center of the universe. Cause universe. This is what being on your square is. They symbolically. This is the thing. The degrees in masonry is from the inside. The degrees of the mind. The building goes on inside the mind. So we can't forget that. We can't say we know a thing and then act like we forgetting at some point, and I know because that the veil has been put on. They lied about the shape of the earth. They lied about religion. They lied about our diets. They lied about our health care. But this is all uh, to possess you, to cut you off. It's all spiritual. Out of all the physical things that they got us distracted with, it's all spiritual. They're feeding off us. We was born into this system. That's what this life is. It's a system. It's been hijacked. It's a thief in the temple tonight. Remember that? It's a thief in the temple tonight, man. That was a deep song. You think about it. You know, we keep talking about them, these people who are in control of the earth. So now the battle ain't even between the people of the earth and the people who oppress. Because it's a lot of people who oppress who don't know they oppress. They know, but they don't know. It's like we so out of touch, out of tune with reality. That's why a lot of people say you see people that have a lot of money. Why don't they ever do anything good with it? The people who do something good for people be people who don't even be rich, who don't even have nothing, and they get scrutinized. That's the type of world that we live in today. You get shitted on for doing what's right. That's the culture. That's why I really don't like talking spiritual shit with niggas because motherfuckers be so out of there, should I say? They don't be down to earth. Or a motherfucker be too down to earth. You know, it's levels to understand it. It's the culture. So if we don't change the culture, we won't change the 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 culture is just a part. Cult is cult can be referenced to cut. It's a cut. A coat is a slice. It's a cut. It's a piece. So it's a coat within. You get it? So the culture, we allow the entertainment to take all of our energy while we not looking for true liberation. Or we looking for it, but we don't know what to do. That's the main excuse that a lot of people give. We don't know what to do. They find faith in the system because they say, well, what are a lot of black people will say, well, what are black people gonna do? Black people not gonna do nothing. People use these things. But in the meanwhile, that's like telling the kid, that's like going along with the kidnapper. And he being cool with you right now, but he like, you know I'm gonna kill you anyway, right? but you just enjoying your meal right now. You know, most people focus be on the bag or women. These are the type of states they keep us in. It's so far beyond the racial thing, but what I'm saying is when it comes to the culture, when it comes to what's happening with us, it's like we can't see that. So they make you the fucking alien. This is how you get possessed. It's a spiritual concept. This is how you get abducted. Niggas been abducted a long time ago and worried about the aliens coming when you already been abducted. Your life's been abducted. Your spirit's been abducted. That's how they're able to implant their chip. That's what they want to do. Implant their chip. They're making progress to implant their chip. They already got a mark in the brain. When you live by laws, statutes, and policies that are strict by primarily produced for the progress of their agenda. It's like leading the cattle to the slaughterhouse, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Much love and respect. Let me check the chat. I didn't even share this video. My sister Von Hall salutes. Please like, share, and subscribe. Support the channel. You know, it's a Sunday sit down, so we just chopping it up tonight. You know, I just wanted to make y'all think, to put some things on y'all mind because this is who we dealing with. We have to identify our enemy. And a lot of people want to run away from the spiritual aspect of it. But that's where we falling short. We ain't looking at the spiritual aspect of it. Because the Bible giving you an allegory. That make you run away from the spiritual aspect of it because the Bible is giving you an allegory. Come on, man. That ain't got nothing to do with the bigger picture, what's going on. So they start getting people to think surface level. Oh, if the Bible's inconsistent, the battle is within. It's the battle of the minds. That's why they say the battle is in heaven. And they got us looking at the sky while they at our motherfucking necks. That's what balance is all about. Being able to balance mind, body, and soul. We used to say that. The conscious people used to say that. Then they started saying peace and black power. It went from mind, body, soul, you know, each one, teach one, reach one. That people used to say that. I grew up around a lot of old people that was conscious. We been conscious. The culture just keep changing. We keep falling in line with the culture, identifying with the culture. We can't identify with the culture because the culture is, we see, art is supposed to imitate life. Now we're imitating art in life, backwards, upside down world, the matrix system, the veil, the distraction. You did what I'm saying? That's the thing. We got to know ourselves. Even people who practice Islam, I self-law and master. You got to know yourself. You got to have your own sense of direction. You got to have a mindset. As a people, we gotta have a mindset, but we got things like FBA, organizations like FBA, Foundational Black Americans. Now it's a cult of the culture because it's all Black people in America coming together, riding under a name, but then the direction of the culture, of the cult of the culture, is directing you back to Africa. Now, do that matter to some people? It should, because that's groundwork for a whole nother agenda. See, we get caught up on shit, doing things, you know, we can't do things just to be doing things, or just because it sounds good, or just because that's what this person thinks. It's about having proper understanding. We got to look at the mental side, the physical side, and the spiritual side when it comes to everything. That's how we should be looking at everything that we deal with in life. Our children, that spiritual side get possessed, it get replaced with shit. It get replaced with ideas. Even the mental side, the mental and the spiritual side. You understand what I'm saying? That's how the children can, be well fed. They can be well educated. But then it's a missing something when it comes to spirituality. Maybe they're not getting enough from the religion that they're going to, or maybe they don't have no type of guidance when it comes to spirituality. So they come across somebody their age who teaching them some type of new age type of thing. This happens. That's what this is all about. Your life. The return, as I said, but what I should say, the when I say the return, I don't mean like it was gone anywhere. What I meant was we didn't recognize what it was. We've been trained. Everything that we know, we've been trained to keep us from being compatible with nature. Because if we was compatible with life and nature, then we wouldn't be the mental slaves that we are right now. They have us in mental slavery. That's their whole plan. They're trying to capture the consciousness right now to contain the consciousness, like they contain the body in prisons, like they contain the mind with ideologies. They're working on filling up their jar with honey, filling up their jar with light, taking all of your life. And their main weapon is media, entertainment. They keep you in a state to where they're throwing out the scenarios. The system ain't broke, the game just rigged. They're throwing out scenarios and keeping you in a state to where you don't have a choice but to make the decision that you make. We've been trained to think this way. We've been trained to go along with the system, with society. The majority of society, and see, there's this thing called social status now. Your social face card. That's why you got people arguing over Democrat, Republican, and people just trying to be politically correct. That's where they mental capacity uh, uh, aligns with each other. See, when you already have an internal genius, you can have 5 degrees, doctrine, all types of things. You still got your doctrine. What is the doctrine of? It's a doctrine of the scripts. What do you think you got this information? They're giving you information to go along with their with their world. That's what they're giving you this for. We're supposed to be like able to use our intuition and just be satisfied and focus more on the things that people don't focus on no more. People say they Christians and portray themselves as good people by why? Oh, this is just a woman. Even women snuck in on it. Even homosexuals, don't they snuck in on it because you can't say nothing about them. So by law, that makes anything they do right. If a person say they're a Christian, that title of a Christian overrides all. They don't gotta be living right. This is an ideology. This is what's being put inside of them. They thoughts just by doing these outside. If they go to church on Sunday, then in society that makes them a better person than me anyway. You see, it ain't what's right, it's what society agrees on. This is how they're even able to pull off things like the Mandela effect. That's how they were able to pull off the Mandela effect. Whatever they can get society to agree on. And then when you get people who was born and who was alive at that time who may not have been old enough, and then time passes on, this is why they revise books. Every 15 years, the book, 10 years to 10 years, 15, the book's gonna be revised. The Bible's been revised 90 sometimes. Once again, all these type of things are distraction anyway. It's part of the script. It's part of the script. So once we can just understand this part of the scripts and quit playing the mind games, because you're unsure. You're unsure, but it's a safety net. What do? People don't want to go without. People want the new technology. People want the new cell phones. They got us distracted with shit like that. We rely on the grocery stores. So many people, you see how just them saying they'll cut the food stamps, how that affected so many people. Even people who didn't get food stamps but should, because they like, damn, 3, 4 people in my family get them. Even if a person didn't get them, 3, 4 people in their family get them. So automatically we talking about eating. People, that's a threat to a person if they don't eat. That's what people work for. To be able to buy food, that's one of the number one things. That's their main objective, to keep you in a lower state, a lower vibration. And people run away from the spiritual side. So a lot of people are under possession and don't even know it. They try to connect this to demons and stuff like this. So that's what make them miss out on it. They go into the mythological form of what's really happening. But whether or not the mythological story is true or not don't mean that this is not what's happening to you spiritually. Just because you can't find something to identify with, identified as what it is. It's something that's happening, but a person don't think nothing happening to them because a person don't want to be socially shamed. So these are the type of traumas that we live with, which these are the dark spots to our souls. These are the holes. These are the traumas that we hold. This is how other people with stronger, even if it's lesser light, is stronger light. They get enough strength to at least get a hold of you. Those traumas make you weak. Those traumas make you vulnerable. And a lot of people don't see that, man. We got to stop allowing those who are to cipher our energy. And we have these type of talks, but there's so many people who are going to, hold their secure spot. A lot of people don't get it when it comes to the government and all that and living and stuff. It's all in the mental state. Once people can agree on the mental state that what's going on is going on, then the steps can be taken to change what's going on. But the steps to change what's going on can't be taken if people don't even all agree on what's happening is happening. We gotta first be all able to agree on what's happening is happening. And that right now, to this day, we're in the stage of we all agreeing that something is happening, but everybody's so damn smart that everybody wants to have they different thoughts about what's happening. So I guess there's progress, but we still got to change our mindset. We got to possess our power. My cousin was talking earlier. My cousin was talking earlier, and we was having a conversation, and we were talking about, like a person who possessed powers, maybe like a shaman or something like that. And he was like, that's why he a shaman. You know what I'm saying? That's why he a shaman. That's why he's a shaman. Because he not the all. See, we do a mind trick on ourselves when we start talking about the all. Because we try to anthropomorphize the all, the source, our energy. Nothing physical should come to mind when you're talking about the divine energy. It's a mind. We're inside the mind. The creation is inside the mind. The earth, us, we just supposed to be compatible with nature. We getting life confused with the way life's supposed to be because this is all we know. This is how they're able to implement the Mandela effect. Because once you see something and the people have told you something, that's all you know. If they were able to redirect the minds of some people or get some people to not be concerned in certain things. And then they're able to play that mind game, man. They able to get us to start questioning ourselves rather than knowing ourselves. And that's what I'm talking about when I say mind, body, soul. We supposed to be full of light in all those areas. We supposed to be conscious, mentally conscious, physically conscious, and spiritually conscious. Nobody's saying that, we so deep in this now, we so tied into the system that all we can take is we can just try to be as self-sufficient as possible. The small things, people looking for a big drastic change and things to happen. It don't have to be no big drastic change. All you can do now is start feeding yourself as much as you can to watch out for what's in the food, stay up on your own health, and get people to stop going along with the script, stop changing the story. That's how you be in the system, but not of the system. That's how you be in the world, but not of the world. Being conscious, being aware of what's going on, not just going along to get along. You gotta do what you gotta do, but it ain't what you do, is how you do it. So we gotta stop allowing people to deter us from the truth. They deter people from the truth. A lot of people don't know what's going on out here. They think they so smart. They think the system is broken. So they teach people that the system is broken. So if people believe the system is broken, then people will give an honest effort to try to fix it, to try to change the system for the better. If this was the issue with my people, let me try and change the system. The system broke. Maybe we can filter the system and fix the system. But the system's not broken. So all that time and energy gets spent to fix a system that was never broken in the first place. That's a pure example of the blind leading the blind. Facts, man. Shout out to everybody, man, out there. Salutes, Sister Von Hall. Shout out to everybody, man. Like I said, this is the Sunday sit down, man. I wanted to come on and just chop it up with y'all. Just have a conscious conversation, you know, no teaching, no debating, no storytelling, just basically chopping it up with y'all on the Sunday sit down, man. That's how we gonna do this. Um, I want to know some of y'all thoughts on some of the things that I touched on. Make sure you leave a comment. Um, like I said, I appreciate the support. We ain't putting up no cash out or none of that tonight. Um, we not opening up the panel tonight, but we will tomorrow. This was simply a Sunday sit down with Key. Hey man, as always, I appreciate y'all, and we will be back tomorrow. Shout out to everybody for y'all continued support. Everybody who shared the last video, everybody who joined the panel. Shout out to my brother T. Riggle. Shout out to my brother Keith Pugh. Salutes to everybody, man. I will catch y'all tomorrow. We will be back. Salutes to y'all. Make sure you share the video and press the like button for us. And we'll catch y'all on the next one. Till next time, peace and power.